So the 2019 series of Scrambler motorcycles are set to enter the Indian market soon, and Ducati has called us all the way to Thailand to help us get a taste of what is to come. Now I spent the entire day riding not just the Icon but also the Desert Sled, and there's a lot to talk about, so let's get to it right away. Let's start off by talking about one of the strongest points that the Ducati Scrambler has had about itself, which is the design, which has allowed it to have a unique identity for itself all across the world, with over 50,000 units being sold worldwide. It definitely works well for Ducati. So as a result, they have not made a lot of changes to the design. However, there are several smaller bits that add up as a whole to give the motorcycle a fresh look. The most evident one is the new headlamp cluster that now looks a lot more dynamic and modern. The headlamp bezel has been blacked out, and the headlamps now have an X-shaped element inside them which evenly breaks the ring-shaped LED daytime running lights. Next to it, you will notice that the updated Scrambler also sports new indicators which again look more modern and go along with the dark theme of the new face of the Scrambler 800. Then there's also the updated fuel tank that now gets thicker side panels which are more chiseled and again have a dark bezel around it. All in all, the new Scrambler 800 now looks a lot similar to the Scrambler 1100 in terms of design elements, and that also gets extended to the blacked out engine and the aluminium finished accents on the wheels. There's a new seat which is now a bit flatter and uses different foam density in order to be more comfortable for the rider. And finally, there's a new muffler too, which looks a lot cleaner than before. Mechanically though, the Scrambler remains unchanged. It continues to be powered by an 803cc L-twin engine that makes 73 horsepower and 67 Nm of torque and comes with a 6-speed transmission. Now, one of my favorite things in the 2019 series of Scrambler motorcycles is, well, not that big of a change when you look at it on paper, but when it comes to the riding experience, it's a pretty big one. What I am talking about is the throttle response, which was a bit of an issue in the earlier models, as back then the Scrambler used to feel jerky at low engine speeds. Now, however, it has been smoothened out, and boy does that end up in you being able to enjoy the motorcycle so much more. The throttle response is now linear and intuitive, which means that you can now have much more fun on the Scrambler, and that is what it was supposed to be all this while, a fun motorcycle. And helping you enjoy it to the fullest is now the addition of an all-new cornering ABS system, which is frankly fantastic. The best part is that no matter what you do, the ABS is one of the least intrusive units out there and does not rob you of the feel that lets you know exactly what the motorcycle is going through. The suspension has been tweaked as well, and it is now plusher and more capable in eating up bad patches of roads. And yes, the new seat is actually better than the old one, but it still isn't the most long-distance friendly seat out there. The clutch is also now hydraulic, which allows for a lighter feeling clutch lever, and that is something that should be very helpful for our city road conditions. And the feel-good factors carry on to even more stuff, like the new switch cluster that feels a tad bit more premium. And yes, finally, there's a fuel gauge on the instrument cluster and a gear position indicator too. And the niceties don't end there. Since there is now cornering ABS on the motorcycle, this means that there is also an IMU on board, which has allowed Ducati to throw in self-cancelling indicators as well, and that's a nice touch. The Desert Sled gets all the same updates as well, but it is important to note that Ducati has streamlined the 2019 range of Scramblers to a total of 4 variants, and all of it is now indicated by different colored chassis. This includes the Icon and the Full Throttle getting blacked out frames. Cafe Racer now gets a blue frame, and the Desert Sled now comes with a red frame on offer. And in my opinion, the Sled now looks a lot meaner thanks to the new blacked out elements and the red accent coming from that frame. And without a doubt, it still packs the punch that it is known for, which is being a capable off-roader that not only looks the business but matches it with its capabilities too. And all of these changes show that Ducati actually heard the feedback coming from the older Scrambler and has now pretty much sorted out the little bits that we wanted them to do, and that overall makes the motorcycle feel a lot more complete, a lot mature in terms of the value that it offers. So there you have it. What the 2019 series of Scrambler motorcycle does is that they take already existing motorcycles which were already good in the first place and iron out the few niggles that we've had up until now. Now the only thing that remains to be seen is the kind of pricing that these motorcycles come at, because that will be really crucial in playing the role of these motorcycles being the success that they should be in the Indian market.